Welcome to Albion TV presents the AO Daily Show, your source of real news in an unreal world. Keep you up to date on the latest news, events, and the great community of Albion Online. Today is Tuesday, the 30th of June, 2020, and I am your host, the Shozen One. And joining me today, as always, without fail, whether it's rain, snow, sleet, or just really hot outside, it's Bogul.
Hello.
How you doing, Bogul?
Hello. Doing good. What is sleet?
It's frozen rain. It's the kind of rain that when it hits the ground turns to ice, and when it hits you in the face, it feels like ice is hitting you in the face. But it's not snow, which is like light and fluffy.
Ew. Well, I'm indoor anyway, so I don't know. I don't see how that would. What's on the show today,
I'm
sir?
just saying, Bogul, like the mailman, Bogul.
Yes?
You're just gonna bring these guys the news no matter what's going on. You're always showing up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
I'll
take that.
Okay. I hope you will, because it's not an insult. It's definitely a pro Bogul point here. But what we got today is a ton of news. Last week was a very exciting week. We had lots of political drama. We had theft of all kind. We had some big happenings in the Crystal League. We had a coalition change and form. We had friends put aside. I mean, wait, that's not even, I shouldn't say that. Because is it true that friends put something? I don't know if they're friends. King Mojo and Derek started talking together after 3 years. I mean, however you want to phrase that. Yes, Blue Army and Final Order are working together to find a home for themselves in the north. Very interesting stuff. We saw hideouts go down to 2 shields, back up to full shields, down to 2 shields, and back up to full shields last week. We've seen hideouts fall all over the map. We've seen territories fall to the coalition. It's been exciting. We even we even had a patch.
And a dev talk.
Patch 14. We had patch 14. We had a dev talk.
Yeah.
Did we have land auctions last week?
As well, yeah.
Yeah.
God.
We had quite the week last week. It was jam-packed with action here. And I feel like I just went over it all. Okay, we're done. Thank God. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in to the AO Daily Show. You can catch us in.
No, sir. Let's PSA the important stuff, and then take a few deep dives. I mean, the patch 14 thing is just a quick info dump. That's not. I mean, it has been affecting the ZVZ landscape, right? Because it's the changes to the smart cluster queue. I mean, now it's been June 22nd. It's about a week. Do we have a final verdict yet on whether or not this is cool or no?
No finals. Okay, because here's what I'll say. The first 3 days, there was silence.
Okay.
That means it was working good. If it's silence, that's with changes to something like this that's balance oriented, that's a good sign. Nobody was freaking out. However, today, for the first time, now people may have been complaining about it before this. I'm not saying you haven't. I'm not saying that there isn't a forum post 17 miles long about it. I haven't read it. I was on vacation. It's my weekend. I'm back from my weekend, and the first thing I saw when I'm back inside of a ZVZ is somebody going, they do not like this, and it's bugged.
Bugged?
Yes. A member of the round table. So I assume they're well informed. Said that this was bugged, that he entered the zone naturally, that he left the zone naturally, and then he had the debuff and he could not get back in. That means that it's bugged. So I don't know if that's what it means. I didn't experience it myself. I didn't even see it happening. All I saw was the local chat after a team had lost their battle.
Oh no, that kind of local chat?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know for sure if it was 100% accurate, but it was definitely there. It was definitely there. So they had opinions, and we will see, as the weeks go on, if that's a shared opinion or just a salt mound.
And I think that's still, I mean, I know that they're right now still looking at the feedback of that patch 14 cluster queue change. And if you have strong opinions, or if you actually have something to report that something isn't working, please get in touch with some of the devs, or just on the forums and say, hey, this doesn't work. But other than that, I feel like some of the fights that we had seen, I mean, today we had 2 fights that lasted what it felt like forever. We saw the coalition going on against the guys from I wanted to call the PoE coalition. Do we have a name for this? Because it's PoE, right? Partnership of Equals, including Sun now officially, by the way. But I'm still missing a name. I don't know how to call them.
The Partnership of Equals, Extended Alliance, I'll tell you what the players call it. The Rental Empire.
All right. Okay.
But is that so negative a connotation that we shouldn't use it? Chat, I'm going to ask chat. Do you feel like the Rental Empire is a proper name for us to use for PoE and its extended group? Or should we just call them the Partnership of Equals? And I'll leave that up to chat.
Okay.
But moving on, let's see. Actually, we're getting some instant answers. As a renter, I don't care, and hell yes. So we'll call it the Rental Empire for now. And if Syndic is very upset with that, he can message me on Twitch, because I believe I have him blocked on Discord. Maybe in game he can get me. I haven't blocked him in game yet.
Yeah. So that's, but I kind of wanted to talk about some of these changes that we haven't quite covered yet, in terms of the politics that's going on there, because it's been a constant struggle of the coalition invading sort of the north of the former PoE heartland. It seems like, at least in the 18 UTC time zone, right? That's the big focus. We haven't seen as much in the what is this? The 21 UTC time zone here. But for the 18, we have seen Enosis invading from the south. We've seen Elevate and the Russians invading from the north, and that has been going back and forth with the PoE guys losing some hideouts. And now there seems to be a sort of front established around Wailing Bulwark, where it was found with the 2 hideouts, Goya, Telhammer, and Sickle. We saw fights about that happening today.
Well, this zone, Bogul, like if we go to River Kerp's Font, okay, like I would say this zone, historically, since Queen, has been the most fraught zone. When we saw squad fighting PoE, this is where the battle happened. And now that we're seeing the Rental Empire fight off the coalition, we're seeing that same location as the real front of the war. This is where it was that final stand. This is where they said no more. They said, we will not, they had their Gandalf moment right there. I hope that one's universal enough that everybody can get it. They had their Gandalf moment. They slammed down the staff and they said, you shall not pass. And so far, props to Syndic. Props to I'm going to say CIR, Hammer and Sickle, Skoyatal, Sun. All you guilds have done a fantastic job of holding this coalition back from that point. Like, people get mad. I go, how can you say that? They're the Rental Empire. Why are you on their side? I'm not on their side. I like seeing people have good fights, and I'm in favor of the coalition going in there and taking it to them and whittling down that empire and making it smaller so that we don't have one group that's controlling 60% of the map. Absolutely in favor of that. But I'm also in favor of a group standing up and saying, this is our home. You're not taking it. And right now, that's where we're at. We're at 2 giant forces smashing against each other every single day in the same 5 zones to really see who's going to take control of this game going forward. And I'm really into it. I like seeing it happen. And no, I won't interview Elevate.
By the way, shout out to Harriman TV for dropping the bits again. Two final notes. I mean, I mentioned it before. Now PoE and Sun officially tied the knot by Sun joining PoE in the same alliance, and I think that we saw that it was important for
change.
The friendly fire today.
Look at that. But look what it is. PoE now, prime PoE.
Yeah.
Is just Sun and Crimson Imperium Reborn.
Well, there's a limit how much you can have in an alliance, right? So.
But yeah, what's the limit?
Well, they already get a Siphon Energy drain already, right?
So you're saying that they've chosen to take the pain of having too many territories and start taking a territorial penalty as an alliance, and you're talking about that being the limit. You're not talking about the actual limit of
I'm just saying they're choosing
30,000.
They're choosing the benefit of not having to deal with friendly fire over a little bit of Siphon Energy. That's
right.
What I'm saying.
And I know that everybody likes to call Sun the ultimate solo guild and make fun of them for that, but I think what we're seeing here is that they've proven to be an incredibly effective ally for PoE, and that they should be commended for that. I mean, honestly, have we seen Sun not showing up? No, we see Sun showing up every single day, going in there and banging every day with their allies. They make a good show of it, and I would put them absolutely on par with Hammer and Sickle and Scoia'tael as showing up and defending Crimson Imperium Reborn day in and day out. And
the other alliance in that game is POEST. Scoia'tael and Hammer and Sickle, which is in one alliance as well. So I think there was some awakening moments where they realized the dangers of friendly fire. And that's why they joined together. And I wanted to mention as well, when we're talking about alliance shuffling, that Black Order left Rucom and joined Rucom 2 together with War Gods for some reason. And Rucom is still held by, let's see if I can find them. The We Wipe Bro guys, Russian community, that one.
Rucom, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did see some people leave Rucom, probably for
I don't know why though.
I know why. Debuff.
Right. Okay.
Okay. It's well. Also, look at their territories. What do they have total now? Go up. 6. You see that Rucom has 6. What does Black Order and their new alliance have?
Where? 6. Yeah. Okay. I mean.
Okay, so they are also at this point having to worry about the debuff associated with owning too many territories. So this could be part of that. But I think it has more to do with the fact that we were seeing these guys come to battles with huge numbers of players, because Black Order, War Gods, the rest of Rucom, some of these guilds have really, really good attendance numbers. And when you start bringing 300 and 400 members to a fight, and you start getting those debuffs, like max debuff because your guys are still standing outside in the cluster queue, you have to go, okay, is it worth it? Can we do this in a better way? And I don't want to say game the system, but this game has systems. And if you want to win, know those systems. Know them well. Use them to your advantage. I don't want to call it an abuse or anything like that, because at this point, it is the proper way to win. Knowing how the way the systems work, using them to your advantage, and attacking people properly with the advantage in your favor is how you win a war. Sun Tzu would tell you to take advantage of every advantage you can get. Don't do it for the content. Do it to win the war. Nobody goes to war for content. They go in for the victory.
There's another war going on, though, that also has been progressing in the last week, and that's what we call the war in the north. At least that's because we've been following these 2 time zones a lot, the 18 UTC time zone with the ZVZ shows, and we've been sort of seeing first the split off of the former Polish coalition, where Violets left together, I think. I mean, Final Order never was in that coalition, but sort of Violets and Final Order banded together, and the I think Avium as well, right? And they left, and the other guys made the North Alliance, and now Surf sort of started mingling there and sort of pushed into the North as well. And now it seems like that Final Order and the Violets guys are getting pushed by Surf instead of the North Alliance, which was weird. But that's the thing that has been happening as well. And I think last week Surf didn't have Everwinter Shores and Shellheath Steep yet.
Sorry, I was just looking at the message. It sounds like the Bogul, that message that you were asking about before. I've gotten confirmed. You can show that. There's nothing in there that's bad.
Okay, so but that's a different topic. That's a thing that apparently Elevate is Brazilian now, right? But apparently that's a thing too.
Apparently I had it. Well, we had it translated by Lucas. No more slots. Jungle's 10, by the way. Discord, Elevato. And if you no longer know any of us, the chance of you entering is almost zero. If you know, you can send private message to Elevate.
Right. Okay, so it's the same.
No, PM that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same description, but
yeah.
Why would you? Is there a takeover? Is Elevate getting taken over by some Brazilian forces? No.
I think it's just mostly probably for meme purposes or something. I don't know. I don't talk to those guys.
All right. Yeah. So the other wars in the world of Albion, we have to be honest, we haven't followed quite as much because it's either been quiet or at a very different time, right? We've had a little bit of trouble figuring out, there's a little bit of stuff going on in the south. There's a lot of stuff going on around Merlin's Rest. So if you have some information there, by the way, or if you would like to talk to us about a war going on in your area that we didn't cover on the ZVZ show yet, feel free to get in touch, because it just makes it hard, right? Because we can't be awake at 4 a.m. to watch ZVZs there.
True, but we might try to start watching some more ZVZs. We might be able to start maybe doing some 21s. Maybe. We'll see. But I don't think we're going to do anything at 4 o'clock in the morning for us, Bogul.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
Other things. In terms of the rankings, Elevate pulled sort of away from rank a little bit. 100K, 102K. We sort of saw them just 70, 60, 50K difference. But now it seems like we have the two front runners. And
it sounds like it's they're trading players now for territories, as Elevate leader says, want some news? We bought 2 teams off Rang for a city next season. All right. That's
next season. That's
wow.
I don't want to. That's too far.
Well, I think they bought them off now, and they got the players now. The season is for yours for next season. There you go. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how things go. We'll keep an eye on that. No guild has more 5v5 teams than Elevate, and no guild is using the Crystal League to their advantage to get points once anywhere near the rate at which Elevate is doing. Elevate is very much showing everyone else where the points this season are available and doing everything they can tactically to eliminate the ability of other guilds to catch up in that area. They're doing a great job of concentrating their 5v5 teams. And so far, I think they have at least 3 really good teams. And you can watch them later today. We're going to watch one of them for sure. It's been really impressive. I hate to try to get the names off the top of my head. As all of you know, my ability with remembering names is
splendid.
Something special.
Yeah. One tiny note, Native seems to be overtaking Last Warn soon for third place as well. So that might happen today after the
Native has been very impressive.
At least the 5 versus 5 thing we've been seeing, right?
Hold on, I'm going to answer a chat question here. It's the one that's not the Momono team. It's the one with the pole hammer that keeps shrekking every single team it faces. That team is just absolutely insane right now. They're playing differently than everybody else. The Geminex team, that's the one. Thank you guys. Geminex, that's the team that's really impressing me right now. Incredible. Every time I've seen them, it's been a stomp. Unfortunately for Elevate, the last 3 times I've watched them have been against Elevate, as they have so many teams now, they keep getting matched up against each other. But yeah, that team is impressive, and I hope to watch them more. It's a good team.
Was that all from the community? I think there's like 5 more different things that happened. But
there was a theft.
A theft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Young G, right?
Stuff. Young G. He went and stole a bunch of stuff from Elevate. Doesn't seem to have slowed them down any.
No, I don't think either.
Nope. They were like, we're gonna trade a city for players.
Yeah,
it's when a guild has like 5 cities, all the top 5 teams, like they decimated Final Order the other day. And I generally put whatever team Derek and Cargera are in the top tier. They're decimated.
Was the Sex with X news last week or the week before? I think we briefly.
That's the week before. It's an ongoing effect. Like we started reporting on it the day that it happened, but the day that it happened, nobody had left yet, and then 100 people left for Elevate, which is why we're seeing the whole Portuguese meme. It's and it's just memes, just funs, guys having funs. Elevate is really got some very strong players in it right now. It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, you only got 15 of them? Oh, okay. So Elevate leader, whoever that may be, is saying that 100 people left for Black Order and 15 left for Elevate. Okay.
It's a good pickup, I suppose, anyways.
Yeah. Orca is asking why I don't join Elevate in a Crystal GVG team. I really would not. How do I say this? I wouldn't want to make them that powerful. Okay. Oh, do I know who you are? If I do, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, but there's something else that happened last week that wasn't related to the community things. It was a dev talk actually that happened, and I think we would be not doing a good service if we didn't mention that again, right? The rise of Avalon. At least a few weapons got teased on last week with a dev talk with a retro man sort of explaining some of the new weapons that we get. We watched this extensively, so I don't think we need to redo this again. You can watch last week's Friday's show, where we sort of analyze frame by frame what's going on there. But it's pretty cool. If that's what's to come, there's definitely the idea of shaking up the meta is definitely going to be something that we have to deal with all the new mechanics specifically, that are sort of new and unexplored, I feel like. And I liked your comment that you did last week, where I think you said something about skill cap and raising the skill cap in Albion going forward.
Yeah, I feel like that's really what's going on. Is they're trying to find ways to up the cap with the skills for a lot, not all of them, but a lot of the new weapons that are coming out. And we've also seen them reducing stand time, which to me says they're trying to up the skill level, lower the reaction times. And part of that is because right now the game's just okay, let me rephrase that. All right, I was going to say the game's in a better spot lag-wise than it's ever been. That would not be true. I'm not going to say that. COVID has been rough on us, guys. Let's be real clear. Everybody on the internet has been rough. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. That would be an untrue statement. However, with Queen, the lag in the game was cleaned up significantly. Since then, with COVID, we've had some hiccups, 100%. But what I see by reducing stand time and changing cooldowns, looking at things like iframes and stuff like that, I feel like we're trying to raise our skill cap on the 5v5s. Let me be really clear on the 5v5s. I think that is a good direction to go in. I believe that the 5v5 still has not hit the peak of what it's going to be here in Albion, and that we will see it get better as time goes on. I have a whole lot of faith in Retro Man. I know that sounds weird for some people. They're like, "Wah!" And I'm like, no. Sometimes we get these little bugs and they come in, and sometimes things don't work, but every time it always winds its way back, and every time things just keep getting better. It's like it's slowly getting better. And yes, there'll be moments like there'll be the grudge meta. But the grudge meta will never be that long again.
Yeah. I had to laugh because I saw Nosk in chat going stand time, for bows. So, I mean, yes, bows are getting changed a little bit. It's part of the upcoming NDA or the balance changes, right, from Retro Man. These have been... Can you call it in discussion in the playtests, or is that just here? Found it. There you go. Because the bows are getting a quite big nerf apparently, or the partially in preparation is I guess my point for the corrupted solo dungeons, because that's apparently some of these are too strong. Some of these skills.
Bogul, do you remember last year when we had that battle royal event?
Yes.
Yeah. We Funstealer created an event where we invited about 40 people to play a battle royal style of event where everybody went out into this empty zone that had little boxes in it. They opened up the boxes, got some items out of it, and they started shooting each other and fighting each other. And we found in that, even then, in all 3 matches, it came down to basically the same exact build as people took the bow and the cultist robe, and it was a back and forth of just constant bow cultist robe, bow cult. You could tell that even then that a 1v1 meta would be ruled by that. Both those 2 items have to be brought in line for that 1v1 meta that we're going to have. For the first time, this game is going to have to balance out a 1v1 meta. And I think that's maybe the hardest thing that Retro Man's ever had to do.
I mean, now he has to deal with ZVZ meta, 5 versus 5, small scale, and then 10 and 1 versus 1, yeah.
You can't hide it in 1v1. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you can hide it in 5v5 and you can hide it in ZVZ. But in a 1v1 where we have a ranking system, like, okay, guys, so, if you haven't heard, we have a new thing coming out in August called the Solo Corrupted Dungeons. Right? They are like randomized dungeons where you try to get to the end to face a boss to get a prize. However, somebody else can enter that dungeon after completing a task inside of their solo corrupted dungeons and be ported over into yours. And now you have an added dynamic of you have to either kill this invader or get out. Now, we don't know exactly how that's going to work. We have not gotten the full details on it, but we have, thanks to Lupac and his snooping, found out that there might be a ranking system involved in these new solo corrupted dungeons. And if you have a ranking system where people have any kind of rewards or even perceived rewards for their accomplishments in solo, you damn better balance it. And I think they're working on it right now. Yeah, gotta agree with Death Givers. Super OP. Like, what the hell, man? Wow.
I don't know.
Like, oh my god. No, I'm watching them in 5v5 Bogul right now, and it's you've seen it.
It's strong.
We're gonna watch them again today.
Yes.
It's not grudge meta by any chance, right? Like, it's not ruining every single encounter in the game, overworld, 5v5, ZVZ. It's not that bad.
No.
But in 5v5, the extended iframe and the speed at which you can get it back does feel a little... But then you see in the Geminex group, and they go, nah, we got a better plan. And, wow.
There's one other PSA that I just realized we didn't mention that is sort of important for people to remember briefly. Yesterday there was a little announcement change to the Outland Portal Shrine buff. Please note that with Queen Hotfix from yesterday, all crowd control immunities from the Outland Portal Shrine will have been removed. And that was in reaction for people being pushed and weirdly immune for a bunch of things there. So if you are using that, be aware. There might be some tricks flying around your way to push you around. Just for your information. I just saw that and I really wanted to get it in before we have to move over to the crystals, because otherwise we forget. Shozen.
I just got yelled at by Shiro.
By Shiro?
Yeah.
Why?
But when we were watching Derek?
No.
Today on the ZVZ show.
Yes.
All right. Shiro's mad because we missed the fight with him where apparently there were 1K kills. Sorry, not 100K.
What?
1K kills, and we were watching Derek instead of watching the real fight. He says, watch Artista, watch Emma Yashiro, watch Syndic, watch MacTep, okay, low X. And okay, Shiro, I hear you. Okay, we missed it. Can't be everywhere at once. But you know how you can get us to watch that fight, Emma Yashiro? You can message me in game. Oh, wait, you can't. Sorry. Have one of your friends message me in game, buddy.
Oh, we caught parts of it, right? We didn't just completely skip it.
We did see parts of it. But he did send me like a
Shiro wall of text.
Yeah, I got a long one.
Okay.
What? Momono, do you prefer Maktepak? I like MacTep okay.
That's how I pronounce him. The leader of Hammer and Sickle, right? That's how I... Yeah. How would you say it otherwise? Guys, help me. Hammer and Sickle.
Robin Hooders, absolutely perfect. For those of you who are not watching chat right now, he said, hi, this is Shiro. Now, each one of those gets its own separate line, as anybody who's dealt with my man Shiro knows that that's the way he's going to send you messages. It's fantastic. Love you, Shiro. Thanks for keeping in touch. And do message me in-game. Oh, sorry, again. My bad. Have one of your friends message me in-game and tell me when the fight's going on.
Master?
Oh, Master AK in Russian. Nope. MacTep.
I like MacTep okay.
Yeah, MacTep okay.
I mean, it's like a really cool MacTep, right? But actually it's just okay. It's a really okay.
Yeah. Oh, Ak. Like as in Ach. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with okay.
Like AK-47, that kind of AK?
No, not that kind of AK. It's like the
Master Ag. What?
I'm gonna go with MacTip. Okay. All
MacTap,
right.
MacTap Arch, right?
Arch. Are we just gonna call him Arch? No, that would be
No.
rude. Speaking of Arch, I heard they had a gigantic fight today and got completely wiped out.
Uh,
I was told, "Hey, come watch this fight," and then like we were watching another fight, and then I was told it's over.
I'm disappointed by Arch. I haven't seen them much this season so far.
Well,
Like,
we got. I think the problem was that when we called Spider Gang like a not real guild,
yeah.
like they got mad, and then all of Arch just
Really?
yeah.
I think Spider Gang changed their alliance name to Not a Real Guild or something. I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to, but is Arch
I do an interview with Spider Gang.
to prove that they're real?
Yeah,
Yeah, get in touch.
I try
Yes,
I
yes.
try to interview most relevant guilds.
Right. Arch still has a bunch of territories. I might be wrong. Okay. Oh yeah, they do. They're so quiet. I thought they would have gotten involved in the war by now. Too bad. Too bad. So it's we can't have a world war, right? It's just a two front war or two entity disagreement. If everybody gets involved, it's always funner, I suppose.
Well, yeah, I know this is the best when everybody's fighting each other, and I like this point right now that we have right here. This is a good time. Like everybody's got content. There's no blue donut, if you will, large area where nothing's happening because everybody's allied. It's really, really just there's fights almost everywhere on the map. I don't see anything over on the far east right now with like that old Zornish area because they seem to have.
I mean, Zorn is friends with Elevate, and they are part
I was
of
going to
this.
say they pushed down into that southeast area, and they're really putting some pressure on Poe in the south, which leaves. I mean, that's the most free area. If we go up to that eastern corner, I would say maybe that's the most unattacked area, right? I mean, hold on, let me open my map. I'm currently watching.
Do you mean
Gary.
south of the Valon area? I mean, there's a bunch of
yeah. So no, of course, the eastern area south of the current war in the north.
Right.
Yeah, that whole area has been pretty quiet. And as I say that, I see some fights. What is this? Who is this?
It's
Firma?
It's like 3 UTC time zones.
Who's Firma at 3?
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm not going to be up at 3 UTC, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys, you caught me. I don't know what the hell's going on 3 UTC.
That's what I said. We need somebody from that time to come on the show and tell us, because I really feel like we might be missing a cool thing.
But I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the amount of war we have going on. I'm thankful for it. And I hope that this war between the coalition and somebody owes me like some money, Bogul. Vindicta? Too close to Vendetta. They owe us some money here. Guild, get on it, Bogul. Start charging them rent. No.
What?
I just got popped to a guy in Vindicta, and that's way too close to our guild name. I don't like it, Bogul. I know non sequitur and all, but silver's silver, right?
Let's talk about the next show that we have coming up, because I feel like
do we have one? We're gonna run out of time before the next one shows up.
I mean, we
do have Bogul.
Yeah,
we have a lot of shout outs to do.
Oh, okay. Do you wanna get on these then?
You know what I want to do before I do any shout outs is I want to open up the raffle, and I want you to go see if there's any interesting questions that we should answer, say in the next minute while I'm setting up the raffle. If anybody adds an interesting next question, I might answer it.
Ask us anything. This is from a few days ago. Let's talk about it anyway. I see Lupac with a costume. Does he have pants on? I think that was from the casting. That
was the other day, and
I think
he was wearing jeans. Yeah, he was wearing jeans.
Yes. TikTok best solo guild.
I've heard good things about TikTok and bad things about TikTok. So I would like to hear from TikTok. If anybody out there from TikTok wants to settle the score with all the naysayers and get their 5 minutes, they can. Speaking of which, Bogul, remind me, we need to give some time to Violets tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I did it again.
Poor Drobny. Yeah.
It's like it's on my list, and I wanted to do it today, and I just looked at the time and I said, Bogul, we just went through all the guilds. We did all the whole thing, and we barely mentioned these guys at all. We should give them some mad props. Can we do that
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean, now, I suppose, yes.
Yeah, I think we're giving them a little bit of props now, but I'd like to, maybe tell a little bit about the story of them and, let people know where they come from.
Oh, we got this whole thing to
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yes. It's like a mini guild spotlight, but different.
Oh, you know what? That's how we could do it. Elevate wants an interview.
What?
We can do a written interview with Elevate.
What?
Elevate keeps asking for an interview in chat today. And I'm not gonna do an interview. No. But I will do one in text. I mean, if you would like to do one, we can do one in text. You can send me information on your guild, and I will read it for you.
Yes. Oh, it's my turn, right? I'm supposed to read shoutouts. When the new update comes in for changes to items like BMS and patch notes, when are they coming in? Are they coming in with the new items in August? What? When they the patch notes? Yes, patch notes will release when patch notes release. Yes. When the patch comes in August. Yes. Nosk TV says, does anyone miss the crafting altars from back in the days that used to be in the full PvP zones? Oh, I remember these. Where some of the highest tier items in the game, the highest artifact items in the game, you could only acquire them by making them at a crafting station that was in an open world PvP zone. Yeah. So you had to carry these extremely valuable things to that forge, make him, and then take him back.
That was terrible.
Well,
it was conceptually great. Okay, conceptually, I thought it was awesome. But in practice, do you remember it, Bogul?
We would have a character logged out there. Then move it there.
We would check to see if anybody was around.
Not just a scout, but actually a holding character for mats, right? So you just basically have to, yeah.
You would bring your guy there with all the stuff, with an escort, of course. And first you would send in your escort, then you would send the guy with the stuff. He'd log out because you never wanted to be there very long. And then whenever you needed to make new stuff, you would basically send in an entire escort, make sure that the zone was safe, have that one guy make the stuff, log back out. And it was on cycle, I guess you could say. Like one guild would go, then the next guild would go, then the next guild would go, and there'd be little fights for it. But mostly it was if you saw anybody there, you just said nah, because you couldn't risk it. The stuff was too expensive, and you were just like, anybody around? Do you see anybody around for 4 zones? No. Okay, quick. It's 3:00 in the morning. Let's do it. And then you'd try to think that you'd be the sneaky one who does it at the beginning, right after server reset. Nuh-uh. Most busy time in the day.
When will you interview Native? Ayo bro asks.
Sure. Have somebody contact me.
Yes is the answer.
Yeah, just when you contact me and we'll make it happen.
Lemon shouts out Conflict #1.
I've heard good things about Conflict, Bogul.
Conflict,
in the past.
Not #1.
No, but in the past, I would have said there was times in the past where I said, and I meant it, Conflict was the best all-around guild. Not so much today. I believe Conflict may have some work to do to bring their best times back. Big fan, Conflict. nothing really bad to say about them, but they're just not as strong as they've been in the past. And I wish them all the best at becoming a powerhouse in the future again.
Axion shouts out Mamono and Elevate for carrying him in the cities. Ayo Bro also shouts out Native for being in third place soon. Very soon.
Good job, man.
Forest Wookie says meet my mammoth Egu. I don't get that.
Complete.
Frank Sinatra's son says Sun, best solo guild.
They were. They really were. But now they're a fantastic partner in an alliance. Nothing bad to say about Sun, really. I mean, I've done an interview with Frank Sinatra. I enjoyed it. I've spoken to him on a number of occasions. I've enjoyed it. I think he's done a great job with his guild. His guild is over 20 years old. I mean, that's older than most of you. That's really an impressive feat. And I really want to see it go for another 20 years. So stay healthy, Frank. Keep those vacations coming and keep the stress low, man. You're a real Albion treasure.
Yeah. So we do have to go away now for a little bit and get ready for Tazik. And I also have to swap over the stream. So there was no other shoutouts, right? We're done.
Yeah, we're done.
All right. We will be back tomorrow, of course. And now we will just switch over to the ZVZ coverage. Tazik apparently has some login issues that we need to fix, so we need to go away.
All right. Well, we're going to go away now then. We're hopefully we'll be back in 10 minutes with Tazik. See you guys soon. Thank you guys for showing. Wait. Shoot, one more thing to do.
Raffle?
Guys, raffle. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Oh, come on, guys. We've only got 13 people in the raffle. I know that raises your chance of winning. Oh, 20. 21. Good enough. I'm going to pull a bunch of them. Ooh, that's a bunch. Oh, my God. Ak Braga. You won. Dran. 6-8. You won. The Fukin GM. Won. Dana Os 2K17. Sure. You've won. To claim your prize, you need to whisper me. And I will go ahead and send you a code sometimes towards the end of the week. What I like to do is wait, see how many people actually claim their prize, and then give it all the best ones we get. And then I do these huge giveaways of like 750s with all the remaining 750s. It's pretty cool. So, guys, we're going to be giving away more in about 10 minutes on the next show. And hopefully, if you didn't win this one, you can win the next one. Oh, actually, these guys are all responding. They're all well aware of how to get this done. And yeah, congratulations. We will see you guys in 10 minutes. Have a great night.